The Roman Empire, the empire that once ruled vast stretches of land across Europe, the Middle East and North Africa, eventually fell after centuries of dominance. At its height, Rome was unparalleled in its reach, power and influence. It was an empire that conquered much of the known world, shaping history, law, culture and governance in ways that are still felt today. But like all great empires, it was not invincible. Internal decay, political corruption, economic struggles, military overextension and invasions by various barbarian tribes contributed to its decline. The Western Roman Empire officially collapsed in 476 CE, symbolizing the fall of the ancient world. The Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, held on for almost a millennium longer, which is a period of 1,000 years before falling to the Ottomans in 1453 CE. Rome, once thought to be eternal, eventually succumbed to the natural cycles of history, showing that even the most powerful empires can rise, conquer, and ultimately fall. But its legacy continues to live on, reminding the world of its former greatness while also illustrating that no power is immune to the forces of time, change, and the complexity of human societies. The rise and fall of the Roman Empire illustrate a timeless truth about power and leadership. No ruler, empire, or nation is immune to the inevitable cycles of history. One rises, conquers, and reigns, only to be replaced by another. This pattern has played out countless times throughout history, and it speaks to the transient nature of human dominion. Rulers, no matter how powerful, face challenges that can erode their strength: internal corruption, shifting economies, external threats, and the changing tides of society. Rome's fall is a reminder that no empire is eternal, and that the very forces that make an empire great can also contribute to its downfall. How has this shaped biblical history in today's time? Rome played a critical role in shaping biblical history. It was under Roman rule that Jesus Christ was born, lived, and ultimately crucified. The Roman Empire's vast road networks and communication systems facilitated the spread of Christianity throughout its territories. After Jesus' death, his disciples and early Christians were able to travel across the empire, spreading his teachings. In fact, the rise of Christianity coincided with the height of Roman power, and by the 4th century, Christianity had become the empire's official religion under Emperor Constantine. This is a monumental moment in history because it marked the shift of the once pagan empire to the epicenter of Christian faith. The fall of Rome, too, shaped the Christian narrative. As the Western Roman Empire crumbled, the Christian Church, especially in the West, filled the power vacuum left by Rome's political and military decline. The Catholic Church, rooted in the heart of Rome, became one of the most powerful institutions in Europe, preserving not only religious authority, but also knowledge, culture, and governance. In today's world, the legacy of the Roman Empire can still be felt. Our legal systems, governmental structures, and even religious institutions bear the imprint of Roman influence. But beyond the systems they left behind, the fall of Rome carries a message that resonates throughout history. No matter how powerful, all rulers, empires, and nations will eventually fall. The key to true endurance lies not in worldly power, but in the values, ideas, and faith that live on beyond the collapse of empires. For biblical history, Rome's fall and the rise of Christianity symbolize the idea that earthly power is temporary, but spiritual truth is eternal. It reflects the biblical notion that kingdoms of this world will come and go, but the kingdom of God endures forever. In today's time, this message reminds us that while political powers and rulers change, faith and principles rooted in love, justice, and truth continue to shape the world long after kingdoms have fallen. Rome's rise and fall tell us that history is a constant cycle of renewal, with each collapse giving way to new powers and movements, much like how new leaders rise in place of those who fall. It is a powerful lesson in humility, endurance, and the impermanence of human power, a lesson as relevant today as it was in the ancient world. Yes, the Bible contains passages that many interpret as foreseeing the fall of the Roman Empire, particularly in the context of prophecies concerning earthly kingdoms and their impermanence. While the Roman Empire is not explicitly named in every instance, several biblical passages are believed by scholars and theologians to refer to the rise and fall of great empires, including Rome. One of the clearest prophetic visions interpreted to include the Roman Empire is found in the book of Daniel. In Daniel chapter 2, the prophet interprets a dream of the Babylonian king, Nebuchadnezzar. The dream features a giant statue with a head of gold, chest and arms of silver, belly and thighs of bronze, legs of iron and feet of iron mixed with clay. Gold represents the Babylonian Empire, silver represents the Medo-Persian Empire, bronze represents the Greek Empire. Iron, the legs, is commonly understood to represent the Roman Empire, known for its military strength and vast reach. The iron mixed with clay, the feet, is interpreted by many to symbolize the eventual weakening and division of the Roman Empire. In Daniel chapter 7, the prophet has a vision of 4 great beasts, which correspond to the same kingdoms. The fourth beast, described as more terrifying than the others with iron teeth, is often identified as Rome. This beast tramples and devours its enemies, a reflection of Rome's dominance. However, in both visions, the human empires, regardless of their power, are eventually overcome by the establishment of God's kingdom, which is symbolized by a stone that shatters the statue and grows into a mountain, filling the earth. This foretells the eventual collapse of even the mightiest earthly empires and the establishment of an eternal divine kingdom. Many Christian scholars and early theologians have also interpreted parts of the book of Revelation as foreseeing the decline of the Roman Empire. In Revelation chapters 17 and 18, a vision is given of Babylon the Great, described as a corrupt and powerful city, sometimes referred to as a whore, sitting on 7 hills, drunk with the blood of saints and martyrs. Many interpreters have identified this Babylon as symbolic of Rome, which was built on 7 hills and persecuted early Christians. Revelation chapter 18 speaks of the sudden fall of this powerful city, saying, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great," Revelation 18:2. The city's fall is mourned by the kings and merchants of the earth, who grew wealthy from its power. This fall is often seen as a metaphor for the eventual collapse of Rome, which at the time of writing was still persecuting Christians and viewed as a corrupt, idolatrous empire. While the passages do not name Rome directly, early Christians living under Roman rule would have understood the imagery of Babylon as an allegory for the Roman Empire, which they saw as an oppressive force that would one day meet divine judgment. Throughout the Bible, a recurring theme is the impermanence of earthly kingdoms and the rise of an eternal kingdom under God's reign. For example, in Isaiah chapter 2, verses 12 to 17, the prophet speaks of the day of the Lord, when human pride and the loftiness of kingdoms will be brought low, leaving only the kingdom of God to stand. This theme suggests that all empires, including Rome, are temporary, no matter their grandeur. From a biblical perspective, the fall of Rome is seen as part of the broader spiritual truth that no earthly power can last forever. While the Bible does not mention the Roman Empire by name in every instance, many biblical prophecies in Daniel and Revelation have been interpreted to foresee its rise and eventual fall. These prophecies emphasize the fleeting nature of human kingdoms and the ultimate establishment of God's eternal kingdom. In the broader biblical narrative, the fall of Rome symbolizes the triumph of spiritual truth over temporal power, a message that resonates with the Christian belief that God's kingdom will prevail when all earthly powers fade.